Hello everyone, my name is Bonnie Schnautz. I'm with Be Renewed Wellness Solutions. I founded Be Renew about a year ago after I had been on my personal wellness journey for about the past 8 to 10 years. And what I discovered through my own experience is that with all my plethora of health issues, everything from allergies to asthma to IBS, that everything in my diet contained products that were contained preservatives and additives and artificial hormones and synthetics, that that was creating some or adding to my health issues. So what I started to do is I started to change my diet. I started to eat real food. Now that sounds really crazy for people to eat real food, but we really have become a society that's such a fast-paced, we're going 100 miles an hour trying to get nowhere, trying to get the next thing done in our list. And what we really need to do is slow down and go back to nature, go back to what our parents and our grandparents did. They ate real fruits, real vegetables, and most of them were either in their raw or in their natural state or very lightly cooked. They didn't have the packages, the boxes, the cans of everything ready and convenient like we use today. And it's not to say we don't use some of those things. Obviously there's a time and place for everything depending on our situation, depending on what the food is. But if you can just change the majority of your foods to eating wholesome foods like kale, bok choy, fresh herbs, all the fruits and vegetables, and incorporate those into your diet, you'll see an incredible change. Basically, when you feed your body the appropriate nutrients, you build your immune system. We're not cooking with meat today. And that's not saying that you have to be a vegetarian, but I want to help you look outside of, Americans cook the same 10 to 20 foods every single week. We need to get plant proteins back in our diet because they are so nutrient dense, they are so fiber dense, and when we put fiber into our diet, it helps clean. It's like the mop and the broom of your internal organs. It's going to clean everything out. It's going to help you get those toxins out so you can lose the weight, so you can feel better, so you can get rid of your allergies or help prevent cancer ultimately. And that's where my heart is, to share this with as many people as possible, because every person we can touch, and it just gives me chills to think that, you know, having this impact and all the other people that it's impacted their life, that they're sharing it with their kids and their grandkids, and we are really making a difference. And it may be 10 or 12 people at a time, but we can definitely make a difference by sharing this information. And everything that I will use is organic or natural. We are going to cover some really fun recipes today. So on your first page you have roasted garlic hummus. That's a fairly simple process. When you roast garlic, if you're not familiar with this, you basically cut the top off the garlic and you pour one of the oils that are heat tolerant. It's not extra virgin olive oil is not heat tolerant. It becomes carcinogenic after the smoke point, which is about 350. So you want to use a specified high heat oil with your cooking. It could be, I use a lot of coconut oil. Coconut oil is extremely healthy. And you can use peanut oil. There's some high heat. Make sure that you're using the appropriate amount of oil for the appropriate temperature. They tell you right here it's refined from medium to high heat, and it'll tell you exactly up to 365 degrees. So they're a really good vendor on helping you make those good decisions. So that's the roasted garlic hummus that we're going to be making. You can eat it raw, you can eat it just lightly. You don't want to overcook it. You want to just cook it for about 5 minutes. And this is a really nice salad that's extremely inexpensive. And I've tried to put some prices on some of these just to give you an idea if you're not, with some of the things that you're not familiar with. A half a bunch of bok choy is all this calls for, and that's 99 cents a pound. And the next is the sweet potato lentil stew, which actually we're going to start first, of course, because that'll take a little bit longer. This is one of those that is so easy. You basically, if you have a slow cooker, you throw everything in the slow cooker and you just let it go. And you come home and you have an incredible lunch or dinner for the week. And it is so easy to do and is so high in nutrients as well. In some of the information we do have the calories. I try not to get, I'm not a, you know, a lot of people ask me, well, how many points is that, or how many calories is that? really anything that you make, if you're using these ingredients, you don't have to worry about any of that. The next you'll see on page 3 is the green smooth. Raw fruits and vegetables have enzymes. Cooked foods do not. Completely different. So when you eat the raw fruits and vegetables, you're going to get those enzymes naturally into your diet. It's going to help you digest them. The other key is breaking them down, chewing them. That is very hard for a lot of us. So slowing down and chewing your food is something you really have to work on. If you don't break it down into small enough pieces, your body can't assimilate it. That's the beauty of either juicing or using a green smoothie. And I thought about, again, showing a juicing example, but with the juicing example, you have to go out and buy a juicer. Making green smoothies, all you have to have is a blender, and most of us have a blender. And this is really an easy way to get you can get your 7 fruits and vegetables in basically 1 glass. So it's great. It's great for healing. Wonderful if you know anyone that's in the midst of cancer, recovering from cancer, or just very serious about preventing cancer. What this does different than juicing, it leaves the fiber in, so you're not stripping the fiber. So one huge advantage there. 3 cups of cube. We'll go ahead and I'll let you, since you have your gloves, if you want to. There you go. That's okay. Just so this will give you guys an idea too about how much 3 cups is. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and put it on the stove. If you guys want to go ahead and add all the seasonings and make sure you get all those in. I just want to thank you all for coming today. I hope you enjoyed the food, and I hope you really have learned something more about how to incorporate some different unique fruits and vegetables. Like I said, we incorporated the kale and bok choy, and we have raw asparagus for our hummus, and then all the way through dessert, which is our crispy brown rice treats, which are just all natural honey and natural peanut butter with brown rice and a few dried cherries. So this is a great option for your children or grandchildren. So these are things that little steps that we can take to improve our health, to enhance our health, by adding the nutrients into our body that will allow our body to heal naturally. And these are all things in nature that we have available to us. We don't really need the boxes and the packages. Those are all forms of additives and preservatives that will only prevent us from heal and encourage disease and inflammation. So if you want to get healthy, if you want to make some simple changes in your lifestyle and your diet, just start incorporating a few new fruits and vegetables and experiment. Think outside the box, color outside the lines, whatever you have to do. It only takes a few more minutes, and it'll create a lifetime of health and wellness for you and your family. And I tell people all the time, you can actually create a legacy of health. You can change your children and your grandchildren by what you're incorporating today, and you can help them think differently. So again, thank you all for your time and attention today, and have a healthy, happy week.